Here in solitude, in this time of peace, of meditation, I withdraw deep into the silence recesses of my being to a place of utter calm. Slowly the world retreats from around me until finally I am alone. Walled away from all glamour and strife, there is nothing but me. I am not body, I am not thought, I am not experience, I am not the past, nor the present, nor the future. I simply am. Across my consciousness comes a constant procession of thoughts, and I observe them. I do not make up these thoughts. I know they come from universal subconscious mind, and I watch as they are presented to me. I slow the train of thoughts. I examine each of them, then let go, neither accepting nor rejecting. On and on the thoughts come, and I ask myself, who is it that observes this? And I hear the answer, thou that art, always have been, and always will be. Thou observest. And I understand. Divorced from body, thought, and experience, I still exist as I always must. Here then is my true self, a thing independent of all but spirit, a contemplative eye, which only observe and chooses from the thoughts that cross consciousness. Whatever I choose is mine. Whatever I reject shall never touch me. I need only observe and accept, and all things will be added unto me by a power which leaps to acknowledge my faith and my decision. I sense such warmth and security as might overflow the world. I sense a fusion of my being with the great universal subconscious mind, the mind of God. I sense the presence of the Father, who knoweth no wrath, who does all things at his child's bidding. I sense my union with this Father by immutable and irrevocable bonds. I am one with all truth, all beauty, all justice, all love. And now in the silence. As you slowly bring yourself back from this silence, feeling relaxed and at ease, and knowing that this St. Patty's Day is a day for you of joy, of peace, of unconditional love. I am so grateful for this center, for the welcoming of everyone, for the peace it provides to each and every one of us, and the unconditional love, as all are welcome and all are accepted. May you feel this joy as you go about your week, and may you enjoy the service as it comes forward. Love, joy, and peace to each and every one.
morning. Checking it out here. Well, deep in the woods I find life is sweet, and the peace of mind to sing of the grace in He who creates and who teaches me to sing and to open the door to the light and to trust in the things which I write and learn of the life in me which goes on to return like flowers in spring, and in living be one more song which the great Creator sings. A place on this piece of land I retrace what creation's hand has drawn, and it plays on me till the song is afloat up on the strings, and it opens the doors to the light, and I learn from the words which I write that the song is the same as I am, the same as the birds and mountain streams, and we live and die in the flame of the great Creator's dreams. La la da 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 da, la 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 da. And placed on this piece of land I retrace what creation's hand has drawn, and it plays on me till the song is afloat up on the strings, and it opens the doors to the light, and I learn from the words which I write that the song is the same as I am, the same as the birds and mountain streams, and we live and die in the flame of the great Creator's dreams. La da 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 da, la da la da da. Good morning. We okay over there? All right. Small technical problems, but who cares, huh? Nice to be back with you. There's a sacred tune that dwells inside of me. I heard it in the mountains, I heard it by the sea. It calls us all together, the many and the one. It's been around forever, never goes unsung. It's the song of all that's true, and all we've got to do is is raise our voice and sing. And it echoes in the canyons, whispers in the trees. It fills my heart with gladness. It resonates in me. It's the sound of angels passing, zephyrs high above. An answer to my asking for just a little bit of love to help me make it through. And all we've got to do is raise our voice and sing. Hallelujah, Hare Ram, Waheguru, Satnam, Kyrie, Hoke, Namaste, Amen. And that sacred tune, so clarion, so clear, resounds across the ages for everyone to hear. Hey, it doesn't need a venue, and it doesn't need a band. You just open up and then you will come to understand that it's ancient yet it's new. And all we've got to do is raise our voice and sing. Hallelujah, Hare Ram, Waheguru, Satnam, Kyrie, Hoke, Namaste, Amen. Hallelujah, Hare Ram, Waheguru, Satnam, Kyrie, Hoke, Namaste, Amen. Yeah, there's a sacred tune that dwells inside of me. Hallelujah. Happy St. Patty's Day. I actually forgot it was coming, and there's a tradition in my house that if you're not wearing green, you get pinched. I got pinched a lot this morning. But I got a green stripe in my shirt, so I'm safe now. You what, hon? And my socks, yeah. After about 10 pinches, I made sure I got clothed in green, you know. This is an old hymn. A song of consolation, I believe. The writer seemed a little embittered. But regardless of what his motive was, he figured that he didn't understand it all farther along. Tempted and tried, we're off made to wonder why it should be thus all the day long, while there are others living amongst us, never molested, although in the wrong. And farther along, we'll all know all about it farther along will understand why. Cheer up, my brothers, and live in the sunlight, and we'll understand it all by and by. Oftentimes I wonder why I must journey over a road so rugged and steep, while there are others living in comfort, while with the lost I labor and weep. Hey, further along we'll know all about it. Farther along we'll understand why. Cheer up, my brothers, and live in the sunlight. We'll understand it all by and by. We'll understand it all by and by. You know, when death has come and taken our loved ones on to their home above the blue sky, where we will meet them, the dear ones are waiting. No, we'll understand it all by and by. And further along, we'll know all about it. Farther along, we'll understand why. Cheer up, my brothers, and live in the sunlight. You know, no, we'll understand it all by and by. Cheer up, my brothers, we'll understand it. Yeah, we'll understand it all by and by.
Thank you, Don. That was wonderful. Thank you, everyone. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living here in St. Augustine. You're very welcome to be here. If you're joining us online, we're glad to have you there as well. But please understand that being here, there's such an energy and vibration, you don't want to miss it. So my name is Reverend Ken Wilcox. Welcome to our community. We're sort of a different little community. I always said strange community, but let's just say a little different, and that we don't have any sort of dogma. We don't tell you what you're supposed to believe. We know that you're intelligent enough on your own to come up with a God of your understanding. And that's what we want to encourage you, to have a God of your understanding that can empower the best in your life. And what's the best in your life? Well, love and joy and happiness and laughter and dance and music, all those things that make us feel alive. Because that's what Spirit is doing through you and through me, showing up in the physical, recognizing itself through our love, our joy, and our laughter. So know you're in a great place this morning, and Spirit is going to recognize and reward you abundantly. Well, I have got a good number of announcements this morning because we have got lots of stuff going on. The first announcement is we have a board meeting this afternoon or today after service. Mike, stand up if you'd like to attend the board meeting. You're very welcome. You can find out what's going on in the organization and what we're moving. So that'll be after service, and not sure where y'all are going to be meeting at. We've put them in the corner, so they'll be happy with that. Thank you, Mike. We also have class this afternoon on the Essential Earnest Homes. You're welcome to join that. Next week, I will be taking off, so we won't have class because we've got the psychic fair going on, and that's a lot of energy, so we'll be taking class off next week. Fran, where are you? Stand up. Fran's got a little kitten that she's trying to pass along. So if you have a space in your heart for a little kitten, please see Fran. Thank you, Fran. Hospitality next week. If you'd like to volunteer for that, please sign up outside. We have scholarships that we're giving away for the Venus Manley Scholarship Fund. We give 3 scholarships away each year to kids with disabilities. If you know a kid with a disability, a student with a disability who's seeking further education and would like to apply to the scholarship, please give them a form and we'll be happy to consider them. We also are trying to promote the scholarship to businesses out in the community. So if you have a dentist or a plumber or a mechanic that's locally owned that might be willing to donate some money to us, you can give them a flyer and give them to Brenda, the census, and we'll be able to handle that. That's a thing we're liking to do because we want to give as many of these scholarships this year as we can. Now, we also have a wonderful fundraiser that's going to go on the 14th at 1:45 here. Tickets are only $10. If you'd like to buy a ticket, there's a table outside. You can buy a ticket, and you can buy more than one ticket. You can buy a whole set of tickets and give them away, and that way to help also support this really great cause of ours. Now, next week on Saturday, we have the Psychic Fair going here. That will be on Saturday starting at 10 o'clock. If you would like to help us, one thing you can come do is just come and be an ambassador. Just talk with the people that are here, tell them what a great community this is. So the Psychic Fair next week, if you'd like to volunteer, just show up and we'll put you to work. Finally, we have our Sufi Dance for Universal Peace. That's going to be on April 20th at 6:30. It's going to be a really fun event. You don't have to dance. Nobody's going to require you to do the cha-cha or the tango. It's just simple movements, and it's really a powerful exercise. So that will be on April 20th. Well, those are all my announcements. So let's get started with some great music. Don, come on. Thank you, Don. Well, whatever.
I'll get this routine somewhere. Good morning again. This is an old Joe South song that I found the other day for some reason. If I can find it. But I had to change a little bit of a lyric this morning. You might find it. I don't know if you know the song, you'd recognize it. I'm doing everything in the same key this morning. I hope that doesn't affect anybody. It's the key of spirit, I guess. Yeah? You're very encouraged to sing along. You'll know when to do it if you want. Oh, the games people play, y'all, every night and every day, y'all, never meaning what they say at all, and never saying what they mean. And they while away the hours in their ivory towers till they're covered up with flowers in the back of a black limousine. La-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, la-da-da-da-da-da-da-dee. Hey, I'm talking about you and me and the games people play. La-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, la-da-da-da-da-da-dee. D. I'm talking about you and me and the games people play. People walking up to you, singing glory, hallelujah. Maybe trying to improve you in the name of the Lord. Gonna teach you how to meditate. Read your horoscope and seal your fate. And while we're at it, to hell with hate. Everybody get on board. Ooh, la da 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 da, la da 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 dee. I'm talking about you and me and the games people play. Look around and tell me what you see. What's becoming of you and me? God grant me the serenity to remember who I am. Don't sacrifice your sanity for your pride or your vanity. Don't turn your back on humanity. You know you gotta give a damn. Ooh, la da 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 da, la da 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 dee. I'm talking about you and me and the games people play. La da 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 da, la da 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 dee. I'm talking about you and me and the games people play. You and me and the games people play.
Thank you, Don. So to get our service going, we're going to have the wonderful Linda Ryan coming up to do a reading and treatment for us. Come on up, Linda.
Good morning, everyone, and happy St. Patrick's Day. I see lots of green, so all are celebrating. Before I start our spiritual mind treatment or affirmative prayer, I'd like to share some information that was in last year's March Science of Mind magazine. I haven't gotten this year's, and I was told that it would be coming late. So this article was called Love is the North Star, and it was written by Mary Davis. And at the end of her article, she had what's called a message for your soul. We tend to minimize our own stories as not worthy enough to measure up to external ideals. In the top 5 regrets of dying, Bronnie Ware reports from the bedside of those with only little time left. Many share their number 1 regret. I wish I had the courage to live a life true to myself, not the life others expected of me. Sometimes it's hard to believe that you are a beautiful, shining light, that your soul is glorious beyond words, that your essence is brilliant love. I know sometimes it feels like quite a stretch. When you are in the midst of a time like this, when negative self-talk is loud and the inner light feels dim, listen up. You are here to shine your unique rays of light and share your magnificent gifts. No one can replace you. No one has your fingerprints. No one reflects love the way you do. No one expresses divine radiance like you can. When you feel a little lost and need to make the journey back to your heart, remember that you will always have a North Star built right in. Love will guide your way home. So now, if you will please, if you wish, close your eyes. Take a deep breath. I recognize the divine presence that is everywhere present, that love that is unconditional. And each and every one of us is an example of that unconditional love. And I know in this service today that the message of Reverend Ken and our wonderful music from Don will inspire us and allow us to grow spiritually and move forward, such that each and every one of us can share that unconditional love, which will bring peace to this world. I am so grateful for this. I am so grateful for all the joy. I'm grateful for the center, for the sharing, for all the people that make this center possible and this service possible. I now release this and let it go and let God, and so it is.
Thank you, Linda. That was lovely. And it fits perfectly with Linda, so that's wonderful. My talk is on the power of love. You know, we're here in life. We've come to the physical form so that we can be on this search and to know that Spirit is ever present, ever available to us, to know that all the wisdom, intelligence, and love and power of the universe is available for us right where we are and right as we are. Not when we get all perfect, not when we get all saintly, and certainly not when we cross over. And the here and now, it's available to us, and it is seeking for us to use it, to know it and to use it. We have not been abandoned. We are not here alone. We are here to reveal the glory of Spirit's love through our hearts and souls. And we have access to all the intelligence. And it is seeking to express itself by means of us through our love and intelligence. Everything in our life depends upon our belief. It is done unto us as we believe. Now, whether we realize it or not, whether we accept it or not, and whether we like it or not, this is how life works. Our belief serves as blueprints for our experiences, determining the outcome we manifest in our lives. Get a better idea for yourself and for those around you, your family, your friends, your community, and life itself, and you'll experience a better life. You'll have a better life. Why not believe in the best of your life? Why not believe in the best of yourself? To step out in faith. That's the only question Christ asked of any of the people who wanted to be healed. He would ask them one simple question: do you believe you can be healed? And if they said yes, then he healed them. This is what happened to the lame man who cried out for a healing. This lame man had been living in the dirt, on the dirt of the soil of the earth for all his life. And he cried out to Christ, "Heal me, Master." Christ turned to him and said, "Do you believe you can be healed?" He said, "Yes." Then he said, "Take up your blanket and walk." Take up your blanket and walk. Now, this is an interesting concept that he told him to take up the blanket first. There's something for us to do before the miracle takes place. There's a lesson for us to have. There's a class for us to take. There's an idea that we need to get rid of, that life isn't good, that somehow I'm wounded, I'm too old, I'm too young, I'm too this, I'm too that. Mama didn't love me. Somehow, you got to get rid of all that stuff and then get into the business of being healed. This is the change that's got to take place. We do our work, and primarily it's in consciousness, it's in mind. And with our thinking changes, the miracle can happen. Change your belief, change your life, change your world. First, it's in the belief. In shifting the power of our thinking, we have the power to alternate our perception of reality and change the course of our lives. Scientists are now telling us this. When they study the little particles, they say that, as they are observed, their behavior changes. what we observe changes, and we have the power to change life. I was really impressed this week I heard a quote from Pope Francis, and it touched me. You're talking about someone who's trying to change a monolith that's been going on and on for a long way. This guy is really trying to change a direction of something that's really been stuck in a groove for a long, long time. But this week, he said, Jesus is not interested in putting us on trial or subjecting us to judgment. Christ is not interested in trying you. This is a classroom. It's not a courtroom. God is not some IRS agent just hoping to catch you because you didn't get the right form in. You know, it was 22-8 and you did 22-7. No, that's not what Spirit is interested in you. Spirit is thrilled that we've had the courage to show up here in the first place. It's thrilled that we've had the courage to be here, to do our best, to be loving when we've had our hearts broken, to try again when we haven't succeeded, to be friendly when we've had rejection. Spirit is thrilled, and it's wanting to support us. It's wanting to encourage us. It's wanting to prepare a path for us. In spite of having your heart broken, we're here to love and love even more. The Pope said, Jesus wants none of us to be lost. Why would our Creator want us ever to be lost? How could we be lost to our Creator? And why would the Creator of everything want to suffer that heartbreak? Do you know how tough it is to have something you love be lost? I think back when we first got our house in Atlanta, we had adopted this little Sheltie. We hadn't had her but just a couple of weeks, and we were new to the house. We were cleaning out the backyard, and it was in the fall. It was getting dark early, and we suddenly realized she was missing. And we looked around. We could find her nowhere. It was getting darker and darker, and so we drove. We called, nothing. Finally, it was dark, and we realized we had to change our process, and so we had only had one picture of her. Unfortunately, we were trying to be silly, and so what we had done is put sunglasses on her and a little scarf so she looked like a babushka, and we made flyers, "Have you seen this dog?" and we put them up all around the neighborhood. People called. They actually called. And I remember that night, the agony of that night of thinking, where was this little lost soul? You know, and how was she doing? Now, amazingly, the next morning we woke up and she had wandered to where the garbage was and she was staying there, and so we found her. But why would an all-intelligent, all-wise, all-loving Creator want to subject itself to that? It never would. So we are never lost to our Creator. Spirit is closer to us than our next breath, and it is there with us. Dr. Holmes, the founder of our wonderful teaching, he says we're all going to be saved. We all are going to get there. He said, no, not one of us will be missing. We'll all get there. Francis said, the gaze of Spirit is not a blinding beacon. It does not frighten us, but it's the gentle glow of a friendly lamp that helps us see the good within ourselves. The friendly glow. This is what Spirit is hoping you'll do, to see the good within yourself with a friendly inspiration. It's a friend that we have to acknowledge the best in ourselves, to encourage us, to remind us of the best even when we can't see it for ourselves. And when we see the best in ourselves, then we can go out and we can see it in each other, we can see it in family and friends, and we can see it in the world. And then we can encourage it. If you can't see the good in yourself, you can't see it for others, you can't see it for the world, and the good you do see, you will try to deny. It'll make you mad. Have you known anybody like that? That's so negative, doesn't see any good anywhere, and something good pops up, they'll deny it, or they won't even be able to recognize it. It's not in their consciousness. So we want to know that life is supporting us, that we are a child of the Most High, and that we have come here to be great fountains, great channels of God's love right where we are. You do not know how wonderful you are. You don't know how powerful you are. You don't know the great good you're already doing. And when you link yourself to that power which set the universe into motion, you can bring about amazing miracles. Christ did not come to condemn the world. He came to give it greater life. And that's what we're here to do, to live more abundantly, to live in joy and friendship and laughter, to bring the best of our lives. And that part of us which is compassionate and loving and kind, that part can shine through even in the most broken of places. In fact, in those broken places is where Spirit's love and compassion can shine forth. We're not wounded. We're strong. We're bold. We're dynamic. We're heroes. I was thinking of broken places this week. I visited a dear friend in the hospital, and he's unfortunately on lots of machinery. And when I got there, he's in intensive care, and he's in a coma, and the nurses kind of hurried me out because they said he's unstable, and so they needed me to be out of the room. And fortunately, there was another emergency on the ward, and so they ran off, and for 30 seconds I got to be with him, and I just touched his hand, and I let him know that I was there and that lots of people were sending him love and courage. And on the way home, I thought to myself, in seeing this really wonderful person in that situation, where's the love in this? Where's the blessing? And then it dawned on me, maybe it was me being there that was the blessing. Maybe me touching his hand was the comfort. Maybe me just showing up was the miracle. We're always asking Spirit to show us a miracle, show us a sign. Maybe your love is the sign. Maybe your effort is the miracle. And maybe together we can change the whole world and create a new heaven and new earth. Jesus Christ said we would, so let us give it a try. Now, on the way home, I turned on National Public Radio, and because St. Patrick's Day is coming up, they had a program about the song, "Oh, Danny Boy." A sad song. I had to pull off the road and have a moment to myself. It's considered one of the greatest songs ever written. It's considered one of the greatest songs ever written. It said there it's known as the second Irish national anthem. In fact, there's a movement to make it their national anthem. Now, strangely enough, it was written by a British lawyer, but to an Irish tune. So it does have some Irish roots to it. And it's about love and loss, and the abiding comfort of home, of returning home. You know, it describes the richness of the landscape. It invokes the love of the land and the beauty of passing seasons. Come ye back when the summer's in the meadow, or when the valley's hushed and white with snow. The song, it doesn't give us easy answers. In fact, it's kind of difficult to interpret. There are lots of interpretations of it. One that most makes sense for me is it's a song being sung to a young man who's headed off to war. And it's speaking of overwhelming events that happen in our lives that sometimes sweep us along when we don't have control. War or famine, the Irish famine, or just life itself. But no matter what comes along, no matter what we find ourselves getting swept away with, no matter what, even death itself, love survives. Love remains true. You'll come again when the flowers are still dying in warmth the coal, and I will know through soft you tread above me, and then my grave will be richer and sweeter be, and you will bend down and tell me you love me, and I will rest in peace until you come to me. I will rest in peace. And that's a peace that not even death can hold back. It's a peace that passes all understanding. It's a peace knowing of love and having a faith in love, faith in ourselves, faith in each other, and faith in this all-conquering power of love and spirit, that no matter what life throws at you, we're not weak, we're not wounded. We are a child of the Most High. We have come to shine, to be brilliant lights of Spirit's love. Here, now, in this lifetime, we are here to make a difference, that we're one with God, one with good, forever singing with this celestial chorus that no matter if the spring flowers fade away, love will survive, and there's coming a glory in the coming dawn, and we are here to witness that glory. We are here to sing out from our hearts and souls that we are one with God, that we're witnessing it, that we're playing our part about bringing it back, and we're here to make a difference. Spirit has called on you by name for you to be here exactly where you are in this lifetime, and you and Spirit have mighty and wondrous works to do. This is the truth in your life this morning. It's the truth in mine, and so it is. Thank you.
That kind of love just makes me happy. That kind of love just gets me through. The kind of love I only get from you. When I feel it deep inside me, I know there's nothing I can't do. And that's the kind of love I get from you. You are the answer to whatever's troubling me. In time of anger, it's as though my heart were locked, but you've got the key. That kind of love just makes me happy. That kind of love just gets me through. The kind of love I only get from you. When I feel it deep inside me, I know there's nothing I can't do. And that's the kind of love I get from you. I thought I was abandoned and had somehow lost my way. Empty heart and handed, then you filled me with your love. And I gotta say, that kind of love just makes me happy. The kind of love just gets me through. The kind of love I only get from you. And when I feel it deep inside me, I know there's nothing I can do. And that's the kind of love I get from you. that starts my every day. And when the day is done, you're still with me here. And I gotta say, that kind of love just makes me happy. The kind of love just gets me through. The kind of love I only get from you. Ooh, ooh. And when I feel it deep inside me, I know there's nothing I can't do. And that's the kind of love I get from you. Ooh. And that's the kind of love I get from you. Ooh. And that's the kind of love I get from you.
Ah, thank you, Don. Thank you, Don. So now we come to the time we support ourselves, and we support this center because it's doing great and amazing work. Now, you can support us in several ways. You can volunteer for us, you can do prayer work for us, and you can support us in coin. However you choose to support us, know that your support is very welcomed and that we know that it's going to help you expand and grow and thrive. So if you will, take your intention and place it over your heart and read with me this affirmation of prosperity. I live in a universe of abundance. As I freely and joyfully give, I join in the divine flow, and all I share with life returns to me multiplied abundantly. The ushers a step down. Don, I know you got something great for us.
Well, they tell me of a home far above the sky. They tell me of a home far away. Oh, they tell me of a home where no storm clouds rise. Oh, they tell me of an uncloudy day. Oh, the land of a cloudless day. Oh, the land of an uncloudy sky. Hey, they tell me of a home where no storm clouds rise. Oh, they tell me of an uncloudy day. They tell me of a home where my friends have gone. And they tell me of a home far away, where the tree of life in eternal bloom spreads its fragrance on an uncloudy day. Oh, the land of a cloudless day. Oh, the land of an uncloudy sky. Yeah, they tell me of a home where no storm clouds rise. And oh, they tell me of an uncloudy day. And they tell me of the king in his beauty there. And they tell me that my eyes shall behold, where he sits on a throne whiter than snow, in a city that is made of gold. And they tell me that he smiles on his children there, and his smile drives their troubles away. And they tell me that no tears will ever come again in that land of an uncloudy day. Oh, they tell me of a cloudless sky. Oh, they tell me of an unclouded day. Well, they tell me of a home where no storm clouds rise. Oh, they tell me of an uncloudy day. Yeah, they tell me of an uncloudy day.
Ah, thank you, Don. Thank you, Diane. Thank you for your contributions. We know your support and your love and compassion is going to grow and thrive, allowing us to continue to be a beacon of love and healing. So we thank you, we bless it, we release it, knowing it does its good and perfect work, returning to us multiplied abundantly, and together we say, and so it is. All right, so I'll finish our service with an affirmative prayer. I'll do it in the first person, but take it in for yourself. If I say something that doesn't work for you, just let that part slide by. If I say something that works for you, hold tight to that. But just know this truth with me this morning. There's but one God and one mind and one power. That power is perfect love. It's divine intelligence. Created me from itself plus nothing else. And that power is with me in its fullness, here, now, urging me on, calling me on, preparing a path for me. This morning I understand and believe and know that that power is with me and that I'm here to do amazing and good work. I am here in life so I can see that land of an uncloudy day. I am here to proclaim that in my life for each other, for the world. So this morning I am letting go of every doubt and every thought of lack and limitation of woundedness. I've played with those ideas long enough. This morning I'm choosing to see myself as Spirit sees me, strong and dynamic, able to change the world. So this morning I allow all the goodness and mercy and compassion of love of God to flow through me. This morning I choose to go out into the world and see the best. This morning I choose to be a handmaid to all the love and the compassion that I can bring forth in life. I know I have been called by name so that I could be here on earth, so I can walk the sacred soil of St. Augustine, and I can lift my eyes to a better knowing. I can see all the turmoil that may be going around, but I know the truth about me. I know the truth about Spirit, that we are here to live the best life possible. We are here to witness love overflowing. We are here to witness compassion breaking out. So all the soldiers and all the turmoil can fade away, so there can be a breaking dawn of a new day and a new possibility where the world lives together in peace, where sisterhood and brotherhood dominate, and where children are raised to know who they are, that they're loved and they are great channels of God's compassion. So this morning I turn my eyes away from all the shadows. This morning I lift my eyes up to the breaking dawn of God's best possibility for me. And this morning I leave this place inspired. I leave here encouraged. I leave here knowing who I am and whose I am, that I am a child of the Most High. I am here to do great goodness, and Spirit is with me every step of the way. This is my truth. I celebrate this right knowing this truth radiates from my being, and I release this prayer into the mind of God to do its good and perfect, bold and dynamic work, returning to me multiplied abundantly. And together we say, and so it is. All right, my friends, I'm going to leave you with one last idea. Your life. It's not a problem to be solved. It's a miracle unfolding. Your job this week is to go name your miracle, proclaim your miracle, and make it your own. God bless us all. Now let us go be the miracle Spirit is calling us to be. Until we see each other again, this is Reverend Ken wishing you many blessings. Thank you.
There's a reason for the sunshine sky. There's a reason why we're feeling so high. Must be the season. Let your love light shine all around you. So let that feeling grab you deep inside. And let that reeling with a love you can't hide. Must be the season when your love light shines all around you. Here we go. So let your love flow like a mountain stream, and let your love grow with the smallest of dreams, and let your love show. Hey, you know what I mean? It's the season. Oh, let your love lie like a bird on the wing, and let your love bind you to all living things, and let your love shine. And you know what I mean, it's the season. Let the wonder take you into space and lay you under its loving embrace, and feel the thunder, let it warm your face. It's the season. Oh, let your love flow like a mountain stream, and let your love show in the smallest of dreams, and let your love grow. And you know what we mean, it's the season, it's the season. Oh, let your love flow like a mountain stream, and let your love grow in the smallest of dreams, and let your love show. Oh, you know what we mean, it's the season, it's the season to let your love show. Happy St. Patrick's Day.